Hello there. Welcome. Happy Saturday. I don't normally go live on Saturdays, but it seemed to work this weekend, so I thought I'd do it. And I knew if I waited till Sunday, I might want to procrastinate. So today is the day. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So this was kind of a little bit of a last minute thing, and I didn't really send out information. So those of you who found your way here, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Hello, is Brian here? Hi, Sika. I get to hug you this week. Welcome, welcome. A little stressful morning, a little frazzled.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's just, things don't always go how you think they're gonna go. But Lila is off with some friends, so all is good. We're gonna do some crafting today. Welcome. So, let me tell you about today. I've talked in my previous lives about how I do different types of lives. Some of them, like I have you guys create with me, help me make decisions, and we make a card. Some of them I prepare a bunch of stuff so I can throw a lot at you, a lot of ideas, and then some I just kind of explore a technique. Today is more of a pre-planned, but kind of by the seat of our pants. It's a combination.
You're winging the plan.
I'm winging the plan. I have several things planned. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get through them today, but this today is about just having fun. I've been really stressed with a lot of work stuff. This industry is a little stressed right now with the economy and things like that. So it's been stressful all week, and it'll be nice to craft today. I see, TJ, I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully you can sit and craft and relax today. Lila's testing was fine. If you were in that live where Lila was upset after school, she really wasn't that upset. She just was kind of in a funk. And when I went upstairs afterwards, she was fine. So I just get concerned. I'm an overthinker. That's the way I go. Hi, Brienne. I'm glad you're here. Brienne is here. She is my link ninja. She helps find things. So if you need help finding a product or another video that, or any kind of information like that, you can always tag Brienne Loveland, and she can help you because she finds things faster than you can think about it. Welcome. Okay. So I have random things planned. I'm using all Waffle Flower today because I really like their live. Once again, you know that I love their products because they keep coming out with more things that work with things for like older products. So it just kind of builds. And so I'll be doing some of that today, but then I will also stretch out into other things. So I think first, because I'm kind of flustered, I'm going to start out by just playing. I'm going to play. I have an idea. I have it planned, but I'm just going to show you some ways to kind of step up some stencils. So I'll be starting with some Postage collage again from Waffle Flower. I've done many lives using those products, but that's because I really like them. And they keep coming out with more stuff to kind of stretch that. If you're kind of done with the Postage look, totally fine. I will be sharing ideas as I make it that can work with other stencils. So just stick with me. So I'll do that first to get going. I got some ideas for using some paste, and then what else do I have? Trying to think. Oh, then I'm going to show you how to kind of create your own templates to get the placement just right of different elements on a card. And so it's creating templates that you can use over and over again, and it's not hard to do, and it's something you can keep, and it'll help you in the future. Hi, Wendy. Welcome all. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start out with the Postage dies for a few reasons. I know a lot of you have invested in the Postage die products from Waffle Flower. And so the more I can show you, the better. Hi, Kathy Z. So the more I can show you, the better. I also feel like there's a lot that you can do with them. And it's a way for me to demonstrate techniques in a fun way instead of just doing a background. Yay. Hi, Susan. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. Now, Waffle Flower does have a free gift right now. It's super cute. Let me see if I can show you. It's so cute. It's a mini Postage collage. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? You want to do, I want to do a bunch of them over a background. And then there's a mini stencil that lines up with it. So you can use your tiny little stamps or tiny little die cuts on it, or just use it for a background. But I thought this was so cute. So this is a free gift right now. The information for the free gift is in the description below. I believe you add it to your cart. I have a link down there. You use a code and you need to spend $60 on new stuff, something like that. It's all in the description below. I will tell you that I don't have everything in my description below today. It just wouldn't fit. So I really, really encourage you to open up the link at the top of my YouTube description that has the word live in it. Open that up into a new tab and you'll see the free gift info at the top and then thumbnails of everything I'm using, and that has it all there. Okay, so I encourage you to go click that link that has the word live in it. Hopefully Brian can put it here in the comments or in the chat for everyone. I also want to say at the end, I have 3 really big giveaways from Waffle Flower. Nina said, I think Nina's here today, she said we could do 3 $50 gift cards. So I'll do that giveaway at the end of this live. And I have no idea how long I'm going to go today, just as long as the supply list isn't showing supplies.
Let me look.
Mike's going to check that out. All right. Let's see. I'm looking here. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is it working? No?
I'll add it here in a sec.
What was wrong?
Oh, I don't think it's in there.
Oh, I thought I added it. Hold on.
I'll get it. I could think it's need like 1 minute.
Okay. All right. So let's start out by playing. Let me show you, if you're new to the postage die stuff, I've done so many lives with them. And Nina it's really cool because Nina from Waffle Flower keeps coming out with more products that coordinate with it. So you can use your the same basic dies and then build on it with other stencils and such. So yeah, okay. So, but she's come out with new things, and I wanted to show you the new things she's come out with today. And you can go to my YouTube description. There is a link there that says new Waffle Flower, and you can see all of this there. There's also a link that says, that says all postage stuff.
All right, come to reload the page.
Yeah, if you are having trouble seeing the supply list, reload the page. If you reload the page, it should come up now.
And all the new stuff is at the end of the list, so it's all listed there.
Can you move it to the front?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's all the new stuff is in the list below. Okay, hold on. I'm getting myself confused here. Let me get this all lined up. I had it lined up in a pile. Okay. All right. All right. So let me just show you some of the new stuff and talk a little bit about the postage line, and then I will start playing with it and we'll do some techniques as we go. First of all, the one that's most popular is the A2 size. This is this one I've used in so many cards. So many cards. Brianne just put a link to a postage live that I did. This fits an A2 card very nicely, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So you see how it fits nicely there. And they have a basic stencil that you could use over that die cut. So you can ink there and stamp there and do whatever you want, and you end up with a postage look. But they also, for the A2 size, have tons of themed stencils, which I'll be using some of today. Those themed stencils that work with the postage collage die is only available in this A2 size, okay? And they've also had this collage block die out for some time. And what you can do is cut this and lay it on, lay it on top, and it gives you like a block framed art look instead of a postage look. So you can get both from it. Does that make sense? So you can get the postage look, you can get kind of the framed look, you can cut these pieces apart, you can use just the rectangles you pop out, lots of things that you can do with this. So this A2 line has been out for some time and I've used it many times. Now they also have A6 postage collage die, which they've had for a while, which is, I wonder what size they consider. Everybody does something a little bit different. I do 4.5 by 6 1/4. So let's see. Yeah, about 4.5 by 6 1/4. I just put that into, it's a fun size. It's just a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can get one of those note cards out. I would put that into an envelope that is an A6 envelope, or you can put it in a 5 by 7 envelope. And I love it because it allows you just to have more room. So you can see the comparison of an A2 and an A6. It's just a bit bigger. Then they have A7, which is 5 by 7, which I know a lot of people like to make. So you can see the 3 different sizes. And so they have a collage for the A6 and the collage for the A7. By the way, these dies, these little dies also come with the A2. I just don't have them out here. Then they also have mini slimline in this, and they have full slimline. So the Postage collage dies are available A2, A6, A7, mini slimline, and slimline. I don't have the mini slimline and slimline out today. I just got these 3 out. Now they also have the stencil that lines up with the Postage die for the A6, and they also have it for the A7. And now today they've come out with that block die that allows you to, if you don't want to have the Postage look, or if you want to cut out all those rectangles individually, you can do a die cut and that covers it and gives it a different look. So now they have this block die available in A6, A7, mini slimline, and slimline. So basically all of those card sizes have the Postage collage die, a block die, which is like, looks like a framed look, and a stencil available for it. All of the sizes. The only one that has the theme stencils to go with it is the A2, because that's what's most popular. Okay? I'm hoping that makes sense. So these are new today, these block dies. I think they're really nice because that way you can use it for non-postage look. And you could just use this with a lot of different things. You could put little critters in there, a lot of fun things. Okay, so I will be, hopefully if I don't run out of time, I will be playing with one of these bigger sizes later on. But I'm going to start with the A2, which I've done many times in videos. Okay, so let me just show you. Oh, and then also do know that Waffle Flower has tons of little stamps, little postage stamp sets. Mine are all thrown in this little container because I'm too lazy to put them away. They're like little postage stamp images you can put along your collage of postage. Okay, and they have different theme ones. There's like a holiday one, there's a fall one. This is the first original one, and it just gives it more of that postage feel if you stamp these kind of along it. I will show you, I've made so many postage collage things in the past. Here's 2 that I haven't sent out yet. In this case, I used the Postage collage die, the stencil, and then I stamped over the stencil with a really big stamp image, and use the coordinating coloring dies. So you can I just used these 2 products on these 2 cards along with other stencils that I have. All right, I'm hoping that makes some sense. And the whole Postage collage collection I have linked below, and in there you can see there's different bundles too, which help you to save a little bit of money. Like you get these 3 things together, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, so there are a bunch of these too, and I have everything, the whole Postage collage collection below. Last month they came out with birthday theme stencils. This month there's a lot of postage or mail theme stencils, which are fun, and that's what I'm going to start with. All right. Yes, using them with your own supplies. Like Gina K has those big flower layering stencils. You could do that over these and get postage collage. You could do a stamped image, stenciling, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. Which is fun. Or stamp small images in there, which you'll see later. All right. So let's get started. Let me gather myself here. I'm going to actually start with an easy one and just show you how here's another example I did. Another thing you can do is make those big collage panels and then cut the stamps apart and layer them together however you want. This one's an older one and you can see the postage stamps on it. This is actually on an A6 card base. All right, that was one of the floral themed stencils. But what I'm going to do today is use the new, let's see what this is called because I have no idea. Hold on. The Postage collage gift stencils. Okay, so these are, I think this is in this new release. I think so. I think so. They did a bunch of birthday stuff last month, but then this one I believe is in this new release. And I'm gonna show you a way to step it up. Like I created some little postage stamps with these, and they create these like little presents, which you could use the block die to cut them into rectangles and just have regular presents, but I kept the postage on there. So I had these plain packages, these plain gifts. I'm gonna show you a fun way to kind of step it up and hope it works, because you know. Okay. All right, and then there are Postage Collage gift dies. So these will make bows, like little packages with bows. You can also add a dimensional bow by die cutting. So I don't think I'm going to use that today, but I just wanted to be able to show you that. All right, now let me get my plan out. I planned this out and I took a photo of it because that's how my brain works.
YouTube description's already full. How could you add any more?
That's why I have to do it ahead of time. Okay. All right, so I've got my Waffle Flower grip mat in here that will help to hold the stencils in place as I work. And I have a die cut that I made with the Waffle Flower Postage Collage die in the A2 size. So these theme stencils work with this A2 size. So let's see, I want to make sure I have it oriented the right way. Okay, so I'm going to put that onto that sticky mat. Actually, I'm going to use my sticky mat that's not in there. Hang on. I'm glad you're all here. Thanks for being here. I know Saturdays are busy, but I thought I'd give it a try. All right, so I'm putting it onto my Waffle Flower grip mat, which will hold it in place, and then I'll use the stencils. And I'm going to start with I think this is the first stencil. Yep, this will do little boxes, and it's very easy to line up. Sorry, I gotta get my head in the way. To line up the stencil with that die cut. First card you showed had a sentiment that said "with love." Do I remember what company that is? This "with love" is from Waffle Flower. They have "with love," they have "take care," I think they have faith, a few others. Thank you. And I like that style too, because that's actually two different, like these words are separate in the same set, and I kind of squished them together so you can orient them however you want. Yeah, there you go. Nina put the name of it in the chat. Okay, so this is the first stencil. Now, this is where I'm gonna play. A little bit of playing. What I'm gonna do today, because in my last live, sometimes I have you all vote for something, like what colors I use, but I have a lot to share today. So I'm just gonna go with the same colors I did before, just to keep it simple. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna do each of these gifts. Can you see even that? So each of those gifts I'm going to do different colors. So instead you could just ink up this whole thing all with the same color. But I want to do a little bit different. I'm only going to use 4 of these. Actually, let me show you this. I'm going to only use 4 of these, so I may not ink them all up. But these are alignment guides from Altenew, and they're nice because I can put them down and mask off the areas I don't want to ink. So I've just masked off so this area here is exposed. So let me get, all right, I have Gina K Sweet Mango first. And I'm gonna just put kind of a light application of this sweet mango over that opening. Then this is where I thought it would be fun to try something different. It may not work, we'll see. Okay, now, no, I'm going to keep going. Let me keep going and I'll come back to what I'm doing different. Okay, so that's the only one I want to be orange. Let's see, I want this one here to be green. So I'm just using these kind of to, see how I'm blocking off just this top gift right there. So these, I just use them as whatever, I don't know what you call those. Cropping, whatever. All right, this time I will use, let's do Lucky Clover. I don't know why I got that out. Okay. Over this one, I'll do Lucky Clover. And I'm kind of trying to go kind of light-handed, maybe a little bit heavier towards the center. Yeah, it's fun to, I really appreciate when companies come out with multiple things that work together, because then you can, hold on. I'm going to do this one orange, no, blue. I think I'm going to do everything else blue. Because if you invest in, you know, a collection like these postage dies and stencils, it's nice to be able to have other things to use with it instead of having to do a whole nother kind of collection. Yeah, okay. So now I'm just going to do the rest in the blue because I planned out my card and I don't, all of these can be blue. So it's just going to save me time. I could do each one a different color, but I'm hoping this is going to work for my design. If not, that's okay. This could be my practice pancake card. Practice pancake is when you try something new on a card and it turns out okay, but you can go back later and do it again, maybe changing up little things, and then you'll like nail it that time. I feel like pancakes are that way. When you make pancakes, you know how the first one doesn't turn out all that great? So I call it a practice pancake. Okay, so there we have the first layer, okay? Easy peasy. Now this is where I could just go on to the other layers in that stencil set, the Collage gift stencil set, but I'm not going to. I am going to instead add something in. I thought instead of leaving these as plain presents, plain solid wrapping paper, I'm going to make them patterned, I think. I'm going to try. These are Altenew alignment guides, and they're in the description below. All right, let me show you. I use those just to mask. You can make your own masks too. Okay, so these are the original Waffle Flower Postage Collage stencils. These line up with this A2 die, so it allows you to have these patterns. This was the first one they came out with. The other nice thing about this is you can do like the red and blue stripe around it that looks kind of like postage. See that stripe that you can get around the postage collage die cut, and that would be right along the edge of your card, and it adds to the postage feel. But what I want to use is this one because notice there are these patterns. There's stars, dots, and stripes. I thought I'd make my wrapping paper have these patterns, okay? There's just a gift with purchase today. Yeah, your practice try. What?
Can you show the picture you have for?
For what?
The deal.
Oh yeah, Mike will put the deal up on the free gift while I clean my stencil. Go ahead. There it is. So it's that mini stencil or mini die, and it's a little tiny collage. Isn't it cute? And then the stencil too. So you just die cut it, put the stencil on top, ink it, and then use any tiny little stamps or die cuts. Those that we often ignore, those tiny little stamps. This is a good way to use them. Okay, so I'm using, okay, let me go back to this. I am using, this is the original Postage Collage stencil, okay? I'm gonna put this on top. I don't know that this is gonna work, just bear with me. And I'm gonna line it up. It's gonna look like a mess. Let's see what happens. So this will allow me to make patterns. I think I did it wrong. Oh no, I can do big dots, that's fine. Okay, so I can have patterned wrapping paper. So I put that down. Now I'm gonna put this one that I just used, right, back on top. So I'm masking off the bows with this one. Now these stencils are the same size, so it's not gonna wanna grip. So I'm gonna use my magnets. I work on a glass magnetic work surface, and these magnets will actually hold through the grip mat. So I have 2 stencils down. So here's an idea for you. Say you don't have the postage collage. Say you have a large floral stencil. Try putting down like a polka dot stencil and then the floral stencil on top, and it'll give you a polka dot and ink that, it'll give you a polka dot flower. So try layering together different stencils, and that's what I'm gonna try here. Who knows, right? Who knows? You win some, you lose some. Let's see if we win some today. Okay, so these, let's do the blue first down here. Doobie-doo. So I'm gonna put that down. So I'm just doing these two down here. So this will end up giving me a star pattern, and the other one will give me a polka dot, or kind of a dotty pattern. I'm going to switch to a slightly darker ink color here. And I have my Waffle Flower blending brushes here. These are the double-ended ones that I always recommend if you want to get some more kind of detail brushes, but don't want to invest in a lot. This is an affordable option because you have the two ends. So one end could be one color, the other end could be another color. Okay, so what I'm hoping to get here is, because I've layered a pattern stencil with the gift collage stencil, I'll end up with wrapping paper that has patterns on it. I don't know that this is lining up with the plan I did before, but we're gonna try it. Well, let's see what looks. I don't want to take this all off because I got it lined up, but look see? I have wrapping paper with patterns. I'm trying to find, there was a question that just went by, Mike. Can you show me that? All right, let's do the others. Doobie-doo, doobie-doop-doop-doop. Okay, let's do this and this.
She was wondering when you're live. So I guess the answer is...
The question was what?
Do you have a schedule for live?
Oh, that's always a great question. Do I have a schedule for lives? I do not. I still am a stay-at-home mom first and foremost. Well, my husband does a lot of that too, but what color was I? Orange. Just a second, I gotta think. I'm gonna switch to Hero Arts. I can't commit to a regular schedule. I should commit to a regular schedule because it's better for you all, and YouTube likes it better. They will push out content more if you have a regular schedule, but I can't pull it off. I just can't do it. So it's random. I often go live on Sundays. Today is rare that I'm going live on a Saturday. The best thing that you can do is, if I plan far in advance, I'll put it on my crafty news page, which is at the top of my blog. It'll be right at the top of that crafty news page list. But sometimes I do it last minute, like this one. And in that case, what I recommend doing is signing up for my text notifications. Mike will add it in the chat here. But when the text notification, I send out 30 minutes before I go live. So anybody here sign up for my text? Did they get a text a little bit before this live? I'm hoping you did. I only send it out when I'm going live, or if there's some amazing sale I don't want you to miss. But otherwise, I don't take advantage of having your information. So don't worry, I don't send out texts all the time. And I don't give the numbers or email addresses to anybody, ever. So you don't have to worry about that either. Okay. So the best thing to do to be notified, but the best thing to do to be notified is the text. However, you can also join the Share Handmade Kindness Facebook group. Oops, I gotta put the bow stencil down. The Share Handmade Kindness Facebook group, I recommend joining, because that will, I share a lot in that Facebook group that I don't get a chance to share other places. It's kind of like my safe place where, I don't know, it's just a happy place on the internet for crafters. I don't know if any of you are in that group. I hope you are. Brianne is one of our moderators over there. It's a happy, no negative, all positive place. And I always put it, if I'm gonna go live, as soon as I know, I put it as a pinned post at the top of that. Hi, hello. There's Brianne just put a link to our Share Handmade Kindness Facebook group. We'd love for you to join us. You have to agree to a bunch of things at the beginning, because we are over the top careful. We moderate every post that wants to go up to make sure everything is kind, because it's kind of like a utopia. I know that sounds crazy. There's a lot of other groups that you can go to ask, hey, is this product better than this product or whatever. Ours is just a safe, happy place where you can share your creations, any companies you want. And the reason we do that is I wanted a place where company owners like Nina could go and look and see what people are creating without reading something negative about the industry or about a product. No meanies allowed, as Brianne says. Okay, so let's look. So by the way, I didn't bother with these two because I'm not going to use them on my card, but I could have, all right? All right, so now look I have star wrapping paper, polka dot, big polka dots, and stripe. So this tended to work really well, right? However, if you don't have that, you could just take a polka dot stencil and just lay it over the area you want and mask it off, okay? So I do recommend having in your stash some stencils that have small patterns to it. So you can do this with other layering stencils, but this worked really well with this, right? So if you have invested in all this Postage collage stuff, I would consider this original Postage collage stencil set because you can do patterns on top of the other themed ones, like this gift package theme one. Does that make sense? But if you don't have this theme stuff or all this Postage collage stuff, don't worry. You can do layering stencils, layer 2 different stencils together from something you have. Maybe layer a stripe stencil behind a star stencil and ink that, and you'll have a striped star. So think about ways you can use stencils on top of each other that really weren't meant to be that way. Okay, so now this is going to give us the ribbon that wraps around it. And you could do this in different colors. So you could make each, you could, yeah, oh, you're right, Rosie. Brianne is a ninja and a bouncer. She bounces out any meanies in our Facebook group. We actually have, I think it's 4 or 5 moderators in that group. And I pay them all so that, you know, we can be really a safe place. Okay. Stamping, yes, you could also, if you have tiny little, like, let me show you. That's a good idea. Oh, where is it? I could have also, on these plain packages, before, leave the stencil on so just the background is exposed, and then use tiny little stamps like this. This would be cute. You could stamp the butterflies over it. Or if you just have a tiny heart, you could stamp repeatedly. So you can also stamp over stencils. So there's a lot that you could do with these. That's why I like these presents, because I thought it could be holiday, it could be baby shower, it could be birthday, it could be a lot of things. Okay, so here you could use whatever ink you want. I am going to do metallic because I'm obsessed. Let me see if this is it. Is this the right one? Yes, okay. I will be using metallic pigment inks from Lisa Horton. I use these in lives a lot because they're fantastic. I have these linked below. The first one I'm going to use is Silver Shine. It is a metallic pigment ink. You could use any metallic pigment ink here. This is a metallic pigment ink that has a lot of shine to it. It's currently my favorite metallic pigment ink. There are good ones out there, but this one is just so good. This Silver Shine one comes in a set of 3. And in that set of 3, you get gold, I think it's bronze or copper, and silver. I'm just using silver today. You could definitely do gold bows. You could do different colored. She has now metallic pigment inks and colors too. So I could do like blue bows here. I could do red bows. And they have the shine, but I thought silver would be nice. What I do every year for Christmas presents is I buy, when it's on sale, tons of wired edge ribbon in gold and silver only. And then that goes with any package. And it just adds a lot. The wire edge makes the bow look pretty. That's what I always use. And you can reuse the bows every year. Okay, so I did Silver Shine over this. Let me take this off. And you can see how pretty that is. Can you see the shine? Yeah, you can see the shine. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, Lisa Horton inks are amazing. There are 2 different types that I use. One is the interference ink, which is a different color depending on if you use a light cardstock or dark cardstock, and it kind of color shifts. Then she also has the metallic pigment inks, which are just, like this is just silver, but it's juicy and it's really good. She does have other inks, but those are the two that I use the most. Okay, so this is the next stencil. This will give us the bow. Now I'm first gonna let me line this up the best I can. Any questions? Are there any questions, Mike? Is anybody crafting along, like doing your own thing, or are you just chilling? I'd love to know. Question, will you continue to do pre-recorded videos? Jill, I have. I put one up last week. I have more planned, yes. I haven't done many pre-recorded or lives lately because life has been a little crazy. But yes, I continue to do both. The problem is YouTube probably isn't sending out notifications for my pre-recorded anymore because they'd rather me be on here doing lives for a long period of time. I hope I didn't just mess that up. So I encourage you to go look at my YouTube channel and you'll see I've put up some pre-recorded. So yes, I still do that. But honestly, like I can share and teach so much more in a live. I try to stay on topic. Sometimes I'll talk about what TV show I'm watching, but that's it. I try to stay on topic and like teach as much as I can. It's just, and I'm trying, I often will do shortened replays of longer lives. My husband's texting me. My husband's at a golf tournament. Again, his cousin's playing and his cousin beat him. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy about that. Okay, so for the bow, first layer of the bow, I did the silver shine, which let me show you. The magnets that I'm using are from Glassboard Studio, who this glass magnetic work surface is from. I have a 15% off discount below. I think it's 15. It's in the YouTube description. Okay, so I did silver shine first. The silver shine is available in a set of 3. The next I'm gonna add some darker silver. This is titanium, it's sold individually. So I'm doing like a light silver and a dark silver together. Now because I wanted there to be like a little look of depth to it, I guess. So I'm just putting some of this titanium at the edges of the bow. I could probably put it in the center, but I'm just doing the edges. So this is Tim Holtz tiny ink blending tool. I love these for pigment inks. You could use brushes, but I prefer these foam applicators with my pigment inks. And these tiny ones allow you to get into tiny spaces. Now, you can see that's kind of messy, right? But this is a lot of pigment ink on top of each other. Pigment ink stays wet a little bit longer, and I can just blend that darker gray out, or darker silver out a little bit. Okay, so this I will heat set when I'm all done. Let me put a little bit of lighter right there. There we go. So this I will heat set later on, but you can see I did the bows in mostly regular silver with a bit of the darker titanium on the edge. Oh, Brienne is crafting. Go, Brienne. It is a great silver. Okay, I have to ask, how do you reply to someone? What do you mean?
Probably in YouTube. Maybe do the at.
Oh. If you want to reply to somebody in the chat, you do the @ sign and then type their name. Oh, that's not lined up. I bought the tiny ones by accident. I prefer the Tim Holtz tiny ink blending, because you can do this stuff. You can get into these in stencils, you know, get into nooks and crannies. Okay, so now I'm going to do the final stencil, which is the details on the bow. I'm going to do this in the darker titanium. So it's going on top of the silver we did before, but because it's darker, it'll make this area darker. It doesn't always work though. Oh, Christine, somebody in the chat might know. I think if you're on a phone, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know how that works there.
I think if you're on a phone, the @ sign doesn't work. I don't know. But if you have a question for me, just put question in capital letters and I'll try to find it. Oh my gosh. Look at those bows. Isn't that awesome? Okay, hold on. This is where Jennifer goes overboard. Hold, please. Okay, so this is like this. I'm going to put this back on. And I really want it to be darker at the center, even darker than the titanium. I could possibly mess it up here, just so you know. It wouldn't be shocking. It wouldn't be the first time. But I'm going to come in with a little bit of black pigment ink, just a little bit, and see if I can do, yeah, that's a bit much. Hold on. Yeah, wipe some of that. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. Put a little bit of the black at the center.
I'm
So-
adding the top of the YouTube description as we go.
What? Adding what?
The stuff you're using.
Okay. Mike is adding the supplies that I use as I go, the top of the YouTube description. So you might want to refresh if you're looking for something, but really the best thing to do, sorry if my head's in the way, the best thing to do would be to go to that live link page that's at the top of the YouTube description. Open that up. It'll always show up there. Oh, there we go.
YouTube has a short description length, so that's hard.
Yeah, you can't fit, the thing YouTube limits how much you put in the description, so I can't put endless links in there. So look at that. Isn't that pretty, those bows? Looks like it's got so much dimension to it and shine. Now, if you wanted dimensional bows, remember that Waffle Flower came out with the Postage Collage gift dies, and these line up nicely with it. Somebody asked how Lila was because she came home upset the other day. I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. She was fine. She was fine. She was bummed with something with science class, and she's like her mother. She cares too much. I don't tell her that, but it's the truth. She was fine by the time I got upstairs. She was fine. She just came down. She's like, you could tell she was in a funk, but she's fine. And, you know, we all got to learn how to work through that. Do you need to heat set that? I would heat set that. I don't know that I will today because I don't like to make that sound if I don't have to, but maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Okay, so now we have, I'm going to cut these. So you could use this on the front of an A2 card. Hi, welcome all. I could do this right on the front of an A2 card and it'll have that nice, I'd pop it up on there, maybe on a blue color. But remember, I didn't put patterns on some of those because I don't plan to use them. Instead, I'm going to cut these out into individual postage. But let me tell you something first. Say you wanted these presents cut out without the postage edge, you just take the collage block die, and if I ran it through, I would end up with just regular rectangle presents without the postage edge, okay? So you could do that, or you could just use scissors and cut along the edge of the packages. But what I'm gonna do is cut right down the center of the perforation, right down the center of those tiny holes, so I end up with individual postage. I'm using my Spellbinders 9-inch shears, the greatest scissors. Oh, I love these scissors. And they're great for cutting straight like this because the blade is so long. Mike, can you text Lila and make sure she's good with Lucy? Okay. So I'm cutting these apart, and now I have individual postage. I'm only planning on using 4 of them. I'm only planning on using those 4, I think. And there you go. Isn't that fun? Yeah, the black did add just that look of dimension to the bow. So, oop, come on. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, so there we have that. Now, I'm going to put this on. I thought about putting it on got little pieces of cardstock. I think I'm going to put it on this. You know what? I'm going to put it on fog. I'm going to use Spellbinders Fog cardstock, I believe. Spellbinders has new cardstock line, which if you missed my last live, which was this week sometime. Oh, shoot, sorry. Was this week. I talked about how I organized my cardstock, and I made, let me show you the cards I made in case you missed them. I'll give you all a peek because I made one of these on the live and then I made the rest afterwards. These are my last live. Look at those. These are all new Spellbinders cardstock colors. But in that video, I talked about how I store my cardstock and talked about this. And I talked about the new Spellbinders cardstock, which I love because it's very smooth and it's very heavyweight. This is their fog color, which is like a super light gray. Okay. So I'm scoring this in half. This is how I make note cards. I score my cardstock in half at 5 1/2. Then I cut it in half at 4 1/4, and that gives me 2 note cards. So I'll use one and save the other for later. Let me see. I think I like that. I think I like that little bit of, I think I like the gray as opposed to, yeah. I think I like the gray because it allows those colors to pop. I'm using one of, I use this die a lot in videos. I just like the texture of it. This is the Tiny Crosses background die from Waffle Flower. I use it a lot because it works on any theme card. It doesn't cut out the outside edge, so you can do it directly on the front of a note card. Somebody asked Spellbinders, fog, how does that go with, how does that compare to Simon Says Stamp fog? I don't have my Simon Says Stamp fog out here, I don't believe. I don't see it. I don't know where it is. Hold on, I'm looking, I'll be back. No, I don't have it out here. I don't think I have my Simon Says Stamp. Oh, here it is, I found it. Ooh. Okay, so the color will be quite close. So this is Spellbinders. It's a little bit lighter and not as warm. This is Simon Says Stamp Fog, which I also like. It's a tad bit darker and it's a little warmer, and the Spellbinders is very smooth. I bet you could even see some of the texture difference. See, you can see it. Spellbinders is super smooth. And this is Simon Says Stamp, which has that normal cardstock texture, which most cardstocks have, which is great and it's fine. But what I'm really liking is having colored, smooth cardstocks right now. So I will still use this, but that shows you a difference. That's what Spellbinders wanted to do different, is to come out with colored cardstock that was smooth, so you can use it with, for like glimmer foiling, because smooth cardstock's better for that, and for ink blending. Oh, Brianne, did you see what Brianne did? A super chat to buy Mike a treat.
I didn't earn one today.
Oh. He was late for the showing up for the live, so he says he doesn't earn one today. Nah,
I am notoriously late, and I
Yeah.
cannot fix myself.
That's okay. I'm always early. There we go.
I don't know how to fix it.
Isn't that fun? It just happens. So that's just a little bit of texture. That'll flatten out while it's in the envelope. That's the Tiny Crosses. Yeah, Nina likes the waffle. You could see the difference in the cardstocks, can't you? Now, don't get me wrong. Most cardstocks have that bit of texture to it. We all know it. It's not texture, but it feels like paper, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. I use them all. Most of these are that way, but it's nice to have something that is super smooth. There's a question in capital letters, Mike. Can you tell me what that was? What does it say? Where do you order the wire edge ribbon in silver and gold? You can get them at big craft stores. I don't go to those, so I just get mine on Amazon. I'm sure there's other places, but I don't know of them. If you buy them like off season, they're usually cheaper. Okay, so now let me see. Let me show you.
I'm going to check the glassboard link. Somebody says it wasn't working.
Oh yeah, somebody said that the other day too. Hold on, I'll show you. Good, I'm glad you could see the difference. Where did my grip mat go? Here it is. I think they're on collab now. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, oh, okay. Hi, Victoria. Okay, so Mike is my brother. Okay, so this is just an A2 panel. I'm just gonna put it underneath my grip mat here. So I have like a guide. I'm gonna play around with the line, like the positioning. And the reason I'm doing it here is these don't move. Have you ever tried to play around with the positioning of something and they just move the whole time? Now they're gonna kind of grip to it, which will make it easier to try to practice the positioning. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. This is where Jennifer overthinks. Are Spellbinders and Simon Says Stamp paper the same weight? Hang on. They're similar. Both have very heavyweight cardstocks. I like both of their cardstocks a lot. The heavier weight cardstocks that are out there would be Gina K, Simon Says Stamp, Brutus Monroe, Hero Arts, Spellbinders, Tailored Expressions, did I say that? Those are all heavier weight ones. However, there are incredible quality cardstocks that are a little bit lighter weight. They're like 80 or 90 pound. That would be Concord and Ninth and Altenew, and I love them. I love them because they're high quality too. So I still use those. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm thinking the positioning will be. And then I'm going to use, this is a set I've had for a long time and I've used many times in videos. I go back to it often. It's the Sweet Lattice Sentiments. I like it because everything's covered and all the occasions are covered here, and you have the mix of fonts. So, and then there's coordinating dies. So I went ahead off screen and I did Happy Birthday to You, which I think would look nice right there, or Have a Wonderful Birthday. Let's take a vote, Mike.
Okay.
Should I do, we're going to do a vote at the top of the chat. You'll see a little vote pop. Oh, my computer charger's upstairs. You'll see at the top of the chat a little vote come up in just a moment. Should I do the Have a Wonderful Birthday? So one choice would be Wonderful Birthday, Mike. And then the other is...
Hold on, I got to click through the...
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Should it be... One choice would be Wonderful Birthday. The other choice would be Happy Birthday. So tell me which one you like better. Wonderful Birthday or Happy Birthday? So now that I've got it kind of planned out here, I'll be able to just move it onto my card pretty easily. If you have press and seal, you can put that down and pick it all up together. But again, that's upstairs. Have I ever used Basil cardstock for cards? Yes, I have. I also have a bunch left over from my scrapbooking days, and yes, it's good it's great quality cardstock too. I don't even know if they still make cardstocks. I have no idea.
I voted for Happy Birthday because I don't like birthdays anymore.
Oh.
It's shorter.
It's true. Okay, so I'll do this one first. Now, normally I would do stacked cardstock under here for dimension, but I don't have any ready. So I'm just using, this is foam tape from Altenew. I really like their foam tape. It's available in different widths and thicknesses, and it peels off, like the release paper here peels off easily. It cuts easily. I really like it. All right, so is the voting up there? Oh, what am I doing? Is the voting up there? It was here.
Yes, let me see where we are at. Have a Wonderful Birthday is at 70%.
70%, okay.
Yep.
We'll do it then.
Okay.
Have a Wonderful Birthday is the winner. Okay, oh, I still have this here. So I'll save Happy Birthday to You for another. All right, are there questions while I put this tape on the back?
Yes.
It is the best foam tape, I agree. It really is good. Question, how do you decide whether or not to stamp the little postage? Oh, you know, I could have done that. I should have done that. I didn't think about it. I didn't do it. I should have. So that the answer is if I remember. What she's talking about, and it's a great question, are those little postage themed stamps that I was showing that kind of build on. I may go back and add that later. Like to stamp this across, like these little postage elements across. I didn't think about it. I could do it on here. I could take these off carefully. I might add that later. I don't want to take the time right now. But what I would do is while these pieces were still laying here, I'd stamp some of those elements so they kind of go across it, and then they would line up when you go over here. Let me see if I can do it. How do you order your white cardstock? Oh.
Okay. This one I did. Right, there is a code for the freebie, right?
Yes, the freebie, you have to do $60 of new product from the new release, and you add the mini die into your cart, and then you use the code. All of it's in the YouTube description below. All of it's right there. A link to what you have to add to your cart, all of it, it's in the description below. This is what you call playing with fire. Jennifer is playing With fire.
And Brienne had me create a playlist of all your Postage
Oh,
videos,
smart.
but it's not populated yet. She's
Okay.
going to be giving me the video.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Okay. This is where Jennifer plays with fire. And you know, when you play with fire, you often get burned. Do the silver ink smear? Not at this point. They're dry enough. I should heat set them. I just am being lazy. I'm being lazy. Let me just do these real quick. I'm gonna do sending hugs like right down here. You know what? Yeah, I'll just do this. I'm gonna hope I don't mess it up.
The Presents is new, right?
Yeah, this one's new. This Presents one is new. So I'm gonna do that right there. I will do, I prefer not to use postage stamps. I love the plainer designs. You can definitely cut this down using the block dies. Or just cut them with your scissors. I mean, they'd be easy to cut out. But I love the postage. I feel like the postage theme goes really well with the card making. You know, that's why it's my jam.
And you can buy the mini. Somebody asked if you can buy the mini freebie just on its own. And yes, I put the link in the description. And it's in your description too.
There you go. Okay.
I put it in chat, I mean.
You can buy the mini.
It's like $6.
Mini.
Mini dying stencil.
Or you can get it free with all the information in the description below. Okay, I'm winging this. Let's hope they don't pick up. Yeah. Jennifer must be a witch because she plays with fire all the time and doesn't get burned. Oh,
You know what?
I get burned a lot. A lot. It happens to us all. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's fun. I like that. Whoever reminded me, thank you. You know what, I think I want to do, yeah, I'm going to stop. I'm stopping. Okay. 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 I'm stopping. Stop. All right. How long is the mini available for free? The free gift, I believe, is while supplies last. Let's see. So this one goes like right here. No. Yeah. Yes, it does. And then this one, hold on. I think this one right there. Should be in stock till the end of the month, they said. Waffle Flower said. I'm just going to put this on here like this. See, that really makes it even cooler. All right. I'm kind of throwing this together here because I don't want to keep too much time on this. Yeah, oh, I get burned. There have been lives when things just kind of fell apart. I did this a little too high, but I think it's going to be cool. Other questions? Oh, maybe I already answered. What is my favorite black dye ink? The two black dye inks that I use the most are here. The Waffle, or the Altenew Black Obsidian. That's a pigment ink, but it's a quicker drying pigment ink. It's super dark. It works for everything. I really like it. The other is the Gina K Obsidian Black Amalgam ink. They're both Obsidian, and they're both great black inks. Those are my two by far favorites. All right, Angela, the free gift stuff is in the description below. Okay, so this is what I got. That is so fun. And then we have this. Let's see here. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. There. So this just goes right across that. I'm not going to put permanent glue on it because I may go back and do some more finagling with this off screen. Like that. There. Isn't that fun? So I showed you how you can layer stencils, like a pattern stencil with an open stencil to get a pattern, and also using metallic pigment inks layered to get those bows. Yeah. Okay. So that's done-ish. I'd probably do some no, I don't know. I don't know what I think it'd be good. We'll see. but that gives you an idea. Layering some stencils together, layering your inks together, especially metallic inks. Those are always good to layer together. And you can really assemble the postage however you want. All right, yay. And the nice thing about this design too is you really can put any sentiment right there. You know what I think, you know what I might do off screen? I might change this sentiment to be white heat embossed on black cardstock. I like how it pops on this one. So I might do that, but the same sentiment. But that gives you an idea to get started. Oh, it's been an hour. Whew, okay. I think I'm gonna do one more postage collage thing. And then I'm gonna move on to templates. So if you're just coming in, I'm starting out, I'm just playing. I'm starting out with postage collage stuff because I'm obsessed. But I am also talking about how you can make it non-postage. And then after I finish this one, I'm going to switch to creating your own templates for non-postage things. The creating your own templates is so you can get great placement on a card and keep those templates forever. Yeah, I like how the black pops too, so I will have to switch it. Somebody mentioned they'd like an interference ink video. I have done lives on interference inks, and if Brianne is still here, maybe she can put that in the chat. I know she did earlier. Let's see. I mentioned also that in this release, let me show you some things. Waffle Flower came out with like mail themed, like postage mail or like card and envelope theme products, okay? Heather, yes, at the beginning of this video I talked about the A7. So if you rewind back to the beginning, I talk about it there. And I might use that later. So there are some other postage things that I wanted to show you. First of all, I asked Nina at Waffle Flower if I could show some of their examples. And Mike, do you have them?
Yeah. Okay.
The first one, can you do the one that says mail collage?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is that one there uses the A2 block die, which doesn't do the postage, but you could use the postage die with it also. And the Postage Collage addressed envelope stencil. So look at those little envelopes that you get using the stencil. So I really like that look of it, and you can cut those into rectangles or into postage, right? And then there is a stamp set. Okay, you can come back here. There is a stamp set that I'm going to use, and that was used there. It is called, you can come back. Okay. This is the Sealed Sentiments, and this has a lot of sentiments that are great. I'm taking the dirty ones off so you can see better. These sentiments are fantastic for us because they are kind of like all handmade kind of themed. So snail mail for someone special, you could stamp that on an envelope or on a card. A little ink, a lot of love, just an inky hello, sealed with inky fingers and love, stamped for my friend, gratitude sealed inside. These are just really fun themed sentiments that you can add on to any card. Riva, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And these have coordinating dies too. So you can see I prepared a few of them already because I really like them. Okay. So the card example we just showed you was with the Postage Collage addressed envelope stencil. And you can see it does, see how it looks like, oh, little postage elements. And they have a bunch of other things that kind of coordinate, or that all coordinate together. She has this. This is neat. I'm not going to use this today because there's just too many things I want to use. This, you can cut this big die on the front of an A2 panel, and it gives you the look of a closed envelope, if that makes sense. Let me see. I don't think I grabbed an image for that. So you can use that, and then you can do like a faux wax seal or real wax seal on there. This also has little envelopes, the front and back of envelopes that you can accent with, okay? So that is the envelope die set. Here's another one, the Collage Mini Seals die set. So this is a little envelope that you can, it cuts an opening with the flap, so you can actually put something inside of it. If you glue it on the front of a card, there's a little letter you can put inside, some flowers, and some faux wax seals. And there is a stamp set, so you can stamp different images on the faux wax seal too. So this is all in the new, new Waffle Flower link at the top of my description. I wanted you to know there's a few of these. I'm not going to use them all. I'm sorry.
Well, these are in the top now.
But oh, they're in the top of the that live page. So I just want you to know there's a lot of different options. I can't use them all because, you know, just not enough time. But I thought I'd use this one. This is called the Postage Collage Envelope Die and Stencil. And this is designed to go with the Postage Collage Die, the A2 Postage Collage Die. So I thought I'd do something with this pretty quickly. I'll try. And then move on. Tiny envelopes with tiny wax seals. Yes. Wait till you see the faux wax seals that I'm going to do after this.
Is that
if I don't run out of time?
That will make an impression.
This, I'll show you. I'm going to show you in just a minute. So this I created using the A2 Postage Collage Die, the same one I use all the time. So these two products, these envelope, what's it called again? Envelope, Postage Collage Envelope. So the Postage Collage Envelope stencils and die coordinate with the A2. And I have a bunch of these just pre-cut in A2 and A6 because I like them so much. All right, let's see here. Can you use all the postage? Victoria, at the beginning of this video, I explained that, what works with different sizes. So just go back to the beginning when you get a chance, and I explain it there. It's basically the theme stencils only go with A2, but they have a bunch of other things that go with the A6, A7, mini, slimline, all that.
Can you mix 6 and 7 or like products that are made for 6?
No, it's different size, different proportions. And there's mini, slimline, and slimline also. All right, let me clean this off real quick. I don't want to scrub that right now. Okay. Okay, so this is just my regular, oh, let me do this first. So watch this. This is so cool. So I cut this with the Postage Collage die. Now I'm going to use this. This is the envelope die. I'm going to lay it right on top, centered. There's like a faux stitching around the edge here on the die cut, the postage die cut. And this die lines up inside of that stitching. So I can just center it up there. So I don't know if you can see. See, there's stitching, faux stitching on the white die cut. And so this just fits inside of that faux stitching. I'm going to run this through. The piercing tool that I used was probably this one, Gina K. There's a piercing end and a wax tip. I use this in almost every cart video I do. They're great for picking up embellishments and putting them where you want. Now look at this. It turned those into little envelopes. Isn't that cool? Now, if you don't want that postage look to it, now I gotta find it. I gotta find it. The collage die, here it is. If you don't want the postage, you could cut with this and then cut them out with this, and that would give you individual envelopes, see? Or you could just cut with your scissors. Isn't that cool? I'm going to do the postage collage, but you could instead use the block die. I just like the look of the postage collage. I know it's not for everyone, but it's my jam. All right, so now I'm going to put this down. Then there are the stencils that coordinate. Let's do the envelope flaps first. So this lines up with the envelope flaps. Let's see. Jod P, I think they have like a little stamp set like this that has British or European postage stuff on it. I think. Okay, so that lines up with just the envelope flaps. Isn't that cute? I'm so excited. Okay, what colors should I do? I'm gonna do, It's always hard to decide what colors to do. I think I'm going to go with light orchid. I always do the same ones, but they're pretty. I'm going to do these 3. These are very Gina K inspired. Let me get my corners, my alignment guides from Altenew. That'll help me mask. So I'm just masking off different places. I need my ink stand.
Who's here from Waffle Flower on the live?
Oh, Nina. Nina's here, right? Isn't that Nina in the...
Do I have her text? I think so.
I think you do. Why? What's wrong?
Okay. Question about the code.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's start doing some of these. And if there are questions at some point, Mike, you can just hit me up. Okay, so this is Light Orchid from Gina K. And I'm just doing kind of a light application over this. And then let's go ahead and just do this one right next to it with it too. So this little L-shaped piece, hi Kathy, are you popping in and out today? Because I go so long, you can do that. These L-shaped pieces are Altenew alignment guides, and they're just really good for masking. So I did Light Orchid. Now for this, let's do this one here. I'll do Turquoise Sea. I put these down. Turquoise Sea here. And I'm just doing kind of a light, quick application. I want these to be light. And then let's make this guy up here Turquoise Sea also. Hi. Cleaning, Kathy. That word is not allowed around here. You should know better. Crafters don't clean. Well, maybe they do. I don't clean. Who wants to clean on a Saturday? Do the postage dies from Waffle Flower brand new, but doesn't say the card size? How can I tell from the packaging? If it doesn't say 8, well, Nina's here. I'm hoping Nina, there's a question there.
And I texted Nina.
To what?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike texted Nina to see if she could pop in and try to answer some of those questions. Hi. I'm glad you're here. I didn't realize Tim was live. It's Saturday, isn't it? That's why I don't normally go live on Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry to Tim. Losing track of my days. Okay, so I did, that last one was light lilac. So I'm doing like the envelope flap. Yeah, a standing date with Tim. I don't blame you. I'm sorry I went at the same time. I didn't even think about it. I'll have to apologize to him. That's why I usually do Sundays. Dang it. I feel bad now. Okay. So I'm going to line that up. And this gives me the envelope, the bottom portion of the envelope. So let's see here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, everybody was, Mike, Tim was live. I didn't realize that. I forgot. Just now, he just ended. He always goes on Saturday. That's why I don't go Saturdays normally. You know what, I'm going to start. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't think about it. Just get some of this down here. So I'm using the same ink color, but going heavier handed for this base here. Dual screens. That's serious business. Hello, welcome. Welcome all. I'll have to text Tim after this and tell him I'm sorry.
I got 3 screens.
Mike's got 3. So I could, instead of just going with this darker, you know what I need? So those white blending brushes from Pink Fresh there, I use mostly for light inking, I want to go heavier. So I'm going to use these Waffle Flower ones. There we go. That's what I need, because the brushes are tighter together. I'm not doing the best blending here, but it works. And I could, remember how I did patterns before? I could do patterns on my envelope. That would be fun. But, so remember how I did the layered, I did 2 stencils together so that I could do patterned packages earlier. I could do pattern envelopes here doing the same technique. Okay, let me put things away before I make too much of a mess. Okay. Yeah, Waffle Flower always does such a great job. Great, well thought out products. Okay, so this is light orchid again. I'm going heavier than I did on the flap so that it's the same color ink. But I could switch. Gina does have light, medium, and dark orchid. So I could do that, but I'm being lazy. Using the same. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up. Glad you're all here. Oh, that was bad timing of me. All right. Tim is fun to watch. Nobody creates better than Tim. Watching him craft in person is even better. Okay, he used to do a thing called Ranger U, where you could go to Ranger and take classes from him, and it was so much fun. So much fun. All right, next, going back to Turquoise Sea, going heavy here. Who makes the double-ended brushes? These are great. Those are Waffle Flower. I use them a lot in lives because I find it's an affordable option, because you could do one end like turquoise and one end like more blue, instead of having you can have half the brushes. Does that make sense? I have them linked below. They're great brushes. I could use them here, but it's just faster to use a bigger brush to put this heavier application down. I'm trying to go pretty quick. Yeah, I'm glad Tim is focusing on creating again, because he's just so gifted, and he has so many products out that he can just focus on the products he has. Okay, so look at this. Look at that. Look at that, and those little flaps open. Isn't that cute? There we go. Okay. So hold on. Somebody said something about magnets. Like this one right here, this is their A7, and I haven't opened this yet. There is a magnetic sheet in there. Okay. The dice are flying. Okay, so there is a magnetic sheet in there. So on some they do. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But also keep in mind, if it and it doesn't matter. They're doing what they need to do. When you donate your cards, do I donate my cards when they're done with them? I send them out to winners and blog readers and stuff like that. Okay, so now I have that. And I could keep it connected, but I don't want to. I want to cut it up. The other thing I could do, it's that time in the live where I can't find a darn thing. I could use the block die. Where'd it go? I could cut it out with the block die. I don't know where I put it. Here it is. It was under my ink stand. I could cut these out like this, and I would have those individual little envelopes. Okay? So you could eliminate the postage if you want to. Okay? The postage edge. But I'm going to keep it because that's my jam. I like it. I'm going to cut it apart, just so I can arrange it differently. I'm going to show you something fun you can do. Aren't they cute? So you could, here, you could have used metallic inks over that. You could have used like dotted stencils or stamped little images on here. I just kept mine plain. So there we have those. Now I could use, like, see there's these faux wax seals in the mini collage seals that I could put on there, or I could stamp wax seals on it, or stamp little images on it. Use any of your tiny little stamps. The envelope die, this I cut with the Postage collage die. This is called the Postage collage envelope die. And then the stencils that coordinate too. It's all in the description below. Yes, those are my Spellbinder scissors. I may like them a little bit. Hey, you all have issues too. I'm not the only one, right? And I bought all of these because they're so good. They're so good. Tim Holtz and Spellbinder scissors, both are the best. Okay. All right, so let me see what I'm gonna do next. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? What color should I put this on? I think this time I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to use that pool color cardstock. This is, let me see, I think it is, this is, yep, Spellbinder Seaside cardstock. Spellbinder Seaside cardstock. I'm gonna cut a piece that is, I'm gonna cut it to be 6 by, hold on, I'm thinking. I lied. I'm going to cut it to be 4.5 by about 7. 4.5 by 7. I'm going to do an A2 card because I like that. And I've got this bad boy out. Do any of the extra dies and stencils fit with the A7? I explained that up at the beginning. Some of the little accents, yes, can be used with the A7, but the stencils work with the A2 size. Okay, so I got this bad boy out. I love this. I used to love this. The paper crimper. Do you guys have one of these? You just put your paper in. What did I get on the back of it? You put your paper in and you turn it. And it gives it texture. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So I thought I'd just use that. This is paper crimper. It's not an expensive tool and it's a fun way to add. Yeah, see, people have them. No, I don't sell cards. I don't. Now I'm going to cut it down to smaller size. Actually, I'm going to cut it even more than that. I don't sell my cards. I donate them to auctions a lot or send them. 5 or 6. There you go. So this is now 4.25. 4.25 by 6. And I'm going to put it onto an A2 card panel. So my A6 card panel. My A6 card panels that I make, I cut them to be 4.5 by 6.25. And I can put an A6 card in an A6 envelope or in a 5 by 7 envelope. Yeah, see? Isn't that fun? Isn't the crimper fun? Yeah. So what the heck? It looks like an embossing folder. It took like 2 seconds. And you can put big sizes of cardstock in that bad boy. So I don't have embossing folders in all sizes. Well, a lot of Spellbinders embossing folders are bigger. I need to talk Nina at Waffle Flower into doing some 3-dimensional embossing folders. Okay, there we go. So that's just a fun background. Isn't that cool? Corrugator, crimper, whatever. I have the one I had linked below. The one that I use. All right. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, I gotta think about how I want to do this. I think it would be fun to have let's see. This guy up here. I kind of planned some of this out earlier. There, do something like that. Maybe the bigger. One pink. I kind of like the one pink. There we go. Maybe that's good. I like that. And we're going to put a sentiment on there and it's going to do something else. So the sentiment, remember these sentiments, gosh, I have such a mess here, are the sealed sentiment stamp sets and coordinating dies. So I did a bunch of those off screen, and I can find these. Those are the ones I can find. There's one the inky one. Where did my inky one go? Can't find it. I was going to use a little bit of little ink and a whole lot of love, but that's okay. So let's see, just an inky hello. Snail mail. I think snail mail's fun. I'm going to do it like that. But, there we go. I like the bigger one. But I want to make something coming out of this one. Kathy, thank you. That was very kind of you. That was very kind of you, because I go very long. So to hear you say that you're getting helpful information is very important to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little score line right here at the top of this, let me get it, at the top of this little envelope flap here, so that I can fold. Look at that. So now I can have something coming out of it. Let's see here. Look at that. Okay, so now I got to start gluing everything down, and I'm going to have a card come out of it. Have it kind of sticking out of it. So I made a little mini note card. I just folded a piece of cardstock, and I stamped hugs from the Simply Said stamp set from Waffle Flower. I think this one's new too. So I stamped hugs. This one's better. There, I stamped hugs on it, and I need to stamp something on it, but I waited because I wanted to see what color would look good. So I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, like that. So let's start with that one. Hold on. I'm going to use my... Nope, I lied. Hold on a second. I will be back. Okay, so these are the Waffle Flower foam tape strips. These are great because on one package, I've used a lot, they have wider strips, narrow strips, longer strips, and they're just the right size for card making. They're already cut to the right length, and they're nice and narrow, and they have different thicknesses. So that's my other foam tape that I really like. So I'm going to use this because it's very thin, and I'm just going around the edges here on this one so that it will have a pocket to it. Oh, Donna, good. Yeah, I like to send cards. My cards that I send the most are to people who don't, I like to give them to people who do not expect it. Makes for a better surprise. Oh, that's going to be fun. Look at that. Okay. Now let me think. I could put some color behind there, but I'm not going to bother. I'm thinking. Hold, please. Hold, please. Because I overthink, I'm going to do on here. Is that the one? No, it's that one. I'm going to do some inking on it. Just a second. Oh, where did I put? Oh, here they are. When is Mike going to make a card? Mike made one card, not on video, but he did it for the Concord and Ninth summer camp last year. We showed it just showed his final card. He and Lila made one. But I don't know that is it your jam, Mike?
I'm not creative at all.
He's the tech guy. He was an engineer also until how many years ago?
I don't know. 20, 30.
Around. He was an engineer until like around COVID, and then he started working with me, and it's quite nice because he can put up with me, kind of ish. He's laughing at me. Did you crimped your hair in the 80s? Yeah, I curled my hair. Ugh.
The crinkle is in the list, and I just linked it.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted some color to show through here. Because this is where Jennifer overthinks. I want that so that when it opens you don't see to the back. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. So this is going to go right about there. Dorothy just ordered the entire collection. Don't tell her husband. Right now, companies are really, really doing a great job with new releases. I think they want to make sure that they keep our industry strong through tough times. And so I feel like they're all just stepping up so well. We'll put this right here-ish, right like that-ish. Then this guy is going to go behind it, directly onto the background. Let me just tuck him under there. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so now there's like that little nook. I can open that. Oh, so cute, so cute. Okay. You know, it's the little things. It's the little things. Now where's my wider tape? All right, you know, everything that happens here stays here. We crafters, that's how we are. Now I'm going to close these others shut so they don't open, but you know what I could do? I could put a little extra. You could put like a little extra dimension under there. Just a little bit, I'll do that. So that they open a little. No, I'm not going to. But you could put a little extra dimension under the flap if you wanted to. They cute. Hi, Betsy. Okay, so I think this one I kind of put down crooked. Okay, that's goodish. That's goodish. Yeah, I want that up there and that there. So this one I'm going to glue flat down. Oh no, got to refill. I just refilled all of them and I missed one. Okay. This one goes right here. Put that down. This one needs some tape behind it.
It's about separates from this one.
That's okay. Any questions, Mike? Mm-hmm. Yeah, butterfly would be cute on here. She just came out with butterfly images also. I don't know if I'm going to get to do the template today. Like that. And then this one goes like, let's do it like there. Okay. Hi, Vicki. Do I keep, I keep all of my Waffle Flower postage stuff together in a sleeve, in a zipper pouch, so I don't have to find it inside of all my Waffle Flower stuff. Now, there are other companies that have postage stuff. I mean, they're not all going to line up with each other, but you can use them together.
Yeah, somebody asked about Gina's.
Yeah, Gina's got some. Hers are cute too. Really cute. She's got like four, like one that's like four equal size. Look at that. Okay, so there's that. Then this is where I will want the sentiment right there. Let's put that on there. And I'll put something heavy on that while it dries. Right there. I will put my magnet on it. Isn't the texture great on the back? Okay, now I want to have like a little mini card that's like sticking out like that. So there's my mini card. I probably should have inked the inside of that flap, but that I'm just going to skip this time around. So let's stamp something on there. Oh, let me find something. Oh, I think I showed some of this earlier. I think I might use yeah, I think that's what I'll use. I think I'm going to use, this is the new Postage Collage of Wild Butterflies. I think I'm going to do a flower from that. I think that size flower would be nice on here. Just one of these guys here. Which stamp set was the birthday sentiment I used before? The birthday sentiment I did before was the Sweet Lattice Sentiments. It's one of my most used sentiment sets. I've used it in many, many, many videos. It's just a great, great set. Sweet Lattice Sentiment set. Okay. I don't think I'm going to have time today to do my template technique, but I want to. So I'm going to do this little flower here. Let me do it in the... Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad the code's working. Yeah, Nina is... I always say this when I use her products. She's a good one. When there have been struggles in our industry, there's struggles because the U.S. dye manufacturer stopped making dyes, and we don't have a U.S. dye manufacturer anymore. She stepped forward and offered to help all the companies. She just stepped right up, and I think that's awesome. I mean, a lot of them are working together, but I just remember Nina. She texted me and she said, "Any companies that need help with a dye manufacturer, give them my number." And I think that's awesome that she did that. A lot of these companies work well together. Okay, so that is, I did light lilac or light orchid on the top of that flower. Let's do some Hero Arts green hills on the bottom. I'm trying my best to do partial inking without masking. It's not perfect, but it's a tiny little image, so who cares? Okay, there we go. That's cute. It looks like a little card. And again, this little card I just made myself. I did not do anything. The flower is from this set, the butterfly set, the wild butterflies. By the way, these butterflies are all the right size to kind of work well on any of the Postage dies. It's called the Postage Collage Wild Butterflies. So you can use them with it or without it, but the sizing's just right. And there is a coordinating die set. All right, so here we have, isn't that cute? And you can write something in here too. So that could just be kind of sticking out when you mail it. I also, this is where Jennifer overthinks. I thought it would be fun on those little hearts on the flaps. I want to actually add a dimensional heart. So I'm using this. This is hearts die. It's in my description, I believe. It is, oh, I was going to do 2 of these and I didn't. Next time. This is one of my most used Simon Says stamp dies. It makes a bunch of hearts quickly, and I thought it'd be fun, I need to show you, to add those little hearts onto the flaps of these. And I'll show you why. So I'm using just little hearts that I cut with this die. You could do little gemstones too. You could do wax. You know what? I'm going to do different sizes because I'm going to complicate things. Yeah. No. I'm going to stick with the same size for all of them. Sorry, my head's in the way. I'm just putting little white die cuts down. I just thought it looked like little stickers stuck to here, but I'm going to do something else to them to make it even better. All right. Okay, so there's little white hearts on there now, but let me show you what I did off screen because I'm obsessed with doing this lately, but I got to find it. Dog. If you guys could see this room, like, where's my shimmer relief paste? The pearl. Hold on. Let me find it. I can't find it. I'll just have to tell you what I did. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is, right in front of me. Okay, so what I did here, see that kind of pearly white cardstock there? I made my own. What I did is I just took white cardstock and I took, this is Altenew Shimmer Relief Paste. It comes in a bunch of different colors. They have like bundles of different colors. This is one of the original ones. This is the pearl color. And it's just beautiful. And I like the consistency of these. It's kind of like a mayonnaise, I guess, a little bit thicker. And it just works really well for lots of techniques. You can use them over stencils. You can use it with your finger over a stamped image to give it shine. I just took some and did a thin layer and let it dry onto cardstock. The other reason I like this pearl one is because you can add color to it with re-inkers or other, alcohol ink or whatever, and you can give it color. But they come in a bunch of beautiful silver and platinum colors. They're just gorgeous. I did do a video, a pre-recorded video on these, and I think they're great. So what I thought I'd do here, so this is from Altenew, Shimmer Relief Paste. And so I spread that on here. It dries very quickly. And I'm gonna cut a bunch of hearts from that. Oop. Yeah, press and seal would work for some of what I did before. I just don't have, I don't have any press and seal down here, which is kind of funny, but I should. Yeah, Brienne is quick. Yeah, you can use Simon Hurley's relief paste or solar paste, lunar paste, any of them. But this will give me little hearts with some shimmer to them. So let me add them so you can see what they look like. The reason I put white down first is dimension. Now I'm putting like a pearly white one on top. This is that Gina K pickup stick that I highly recommend. It has this wax tip that allows you to pick up and put little embellishments or little die cuts exactly where you want it. I find it so much easier than using a tweezers. Is it similar consistency to the lunar paste? You know, I think lunar paste, I think it's pretty similar, but this is very shimmery. That's like shiny. This has shimmer to it. Does that make sense? I don't know if you can see. Let me see if you can see it. Like if you saw, yeah, you can't see it. If you saw the gold, it has shimmer to it. That's why it's called shimmer. Oh, come on, focus. Shimmer, yeah, you can kind of see it. It's shimmery, very shimmery. So this is the pearl color. And so I put that on, so now I have these hearts that have the pearl shine to it that I'll save right next to my desk in one of the drawers. So I can use those other times I need embellishments. Okay, so see the hearts now have that pearly shine to it, which just steps it up. Isn't that fun? Yeah, the Simon Says stamp does have a star die like this too. That was one I requested years ago and I use them both so often. Those dies stay out for easy access. So there you go. Now this one, I don't know, I might, you know what I think I'll probably do to finish this one off screen? Hey Jessie, aren't you out in the woods playing? Isn't that what you do on the weekends? These little butterflies, I'd probably stamp some of these and die cut them and kind of scatter them on the background. But I'll finish that off later. All right. I don't think I can do the template stuff, Mike.
Why, time?
Time. Maybe I can show the start of it. But this stamp set is great. Isn't that fun? All right, template stuff. Let me show, I'm going to quickly show the template idea and not really finish the cards off, because this is something that I think works. I'll show one of the, let me think. I'll just do the template. I'll share the template idea because we're here, but I'm not going to do the complete cards. I will show the template idea today because there's a new tool that makes it easy. And then I'll show it in a live again later on. Okay, so you can see more using it. How's that? Yeah, Ashley, I'm glad you guys have time. I'm tired. Yeah, I overthink a lot. What can I say? Okay, template. So let me show you why I was thinking about templates. There was a card, let me see. There was a card. Mike, I'm going to send you a screenshot if you can add it. Yeah. This card, I think Galena made this. These images that we show here are created by the Waffle Flower design team, and they give me permission to share them in the videos. He's going to show the card that inspired me. Just give him a moment. Okay. This is the wax seal die set. And I love this because it gives you the look of wax seals without making wax seals. Yes, I stand when I craft. I think it's a good thing for us to do, by far. Yeah, the Waffle Flower has an incredible design team. So if you want to see more, you left the beach to come here, Vicky? What's wrong with you, girl? Come on. Mike, you poor thing working on weekends. Okay, he gets here every day at like 11. So he doesn't really...
I do have the thing up if you want to. You want me to show it?
He's treated well. Yeah. Let me so this card, I think Galena made this. She's designed some of these products. I think she's the designer of the Postage products. But anyway, this is a card sample she did, and I love that. I love that look of elements spaced out like that. You can do that with any small dies, right? However, spacing sometimes drives me crazy, so I thought I'd show you how I made a template to create that, or a template to do this kind of design, and you can do it over and over again with different things. Sherry's on the beach watching. What's wrong with me that I'm in Ohio? This is baloney. This is baloney. Tanita there, hi Tanita. There's a link for the mini heart in the description below. Just search on mini star and it would show up too. Okay, so let me show you what I was doing. I created, this is the wax seal die set. I had showed you some other things that have other sizes, but the nice thing about this one is there are 3 sizes of layered wax seals that you can create, and you can do either hearts, butterflies, or envelopes in the center. So this is what you create, this kind of faux wax seal look, which I love. It's just classic. And that I did with cardstock. And doesn't it look real? Doesn't that look real? So what I'm doing is I've cut them. I'm going to do a rainbow. I'm going to show you how I assemble. I'll assemble one of the wax seals. And then I'm going to show you how to make how I made the template to space it all out. And we'll keep that template. Yeah, I'd rather be, mountains work for me too. I love the mountains. I love the mountains. So what I did is I used these dies. Remember the wax seal creates 3 sizes. I used the larger and the medium. Let's create this large pool one because, you know, I cut each of the dies for it twice from one color cardstock so I can layer things because I love to layer. So I'm going to be using all these. This cardstock here is Aqua Sky from Concord and 9th. And I'm just doing a little bit of darker color right at this background just so the layers stand out. Just a little bit towards the center. I used Hero Arts Paradise. The multiple heart die, is Brand's here or Mike, can you add, it's Simon Says Stamp, it's in the description below. Can you add that to the chat? It is probably my most used die of all time. It's been out for probably 10 years. And then there is also the star one, which is on my door here. Oof. It's called Mini Heart Party or something. Okay, so I put a little bit of darker color there at the center, and now I'm going to glue this together. And I'm stacking each die cut too thick because I like that dimension. You absolutely do not need to. I'm just weird that way. Do I have any recommendations for a hello or hi die? Diana, good question. If you want larger hello or hi dies, check with Waffle Flower. They have a lot of larger ones, and they have like really big script ones or like kind of a block font that is versatile. Others would be, Simon Says Stamp has quite a few. And then Concord and 9th has some too. What I would recommend doing is going over to Simon Says Stamp, who carries a lot of lines, including Waffle Flower, and search on Hello Die or Hi Die, and then see what pops up. I'm not doing a great job lining these up because I'm trying to hurry. Okay, so there you can see how it's starting to look like a wax seal. And then, so all of these cardstock colors here, I just went through my scraps. Remember, if you watched my live about, cardstock, that my most recent live was about cardstock storage. I showed how I keep my bigger scraps, and I just went through that to find colors that I liked together. So there's my little wax seal. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest off screen because I don't want to take up too much of your time. But I wanted to have like a rainbow grid of wax seals. But I knew I would drive myself crazy trying to get that spaced out by eyeballing on my own. So let me show you how this is a template that I created, this blue piece here. I'm gonna create that template for you. I like to do this and keep these on hand for any time I want to make a background where things are kind of like lined up in a grid. And you can do this with different size circle dies. And that way, like say you have little butterfly die cuts, you can just, if I lay this over my card and I put my butterfly die cut right in the center of these openings, they'll be evenly spaced when I take it off. Now you could make this template out of whatever you want. I made it out of blue cardstock so you could see it easily in the video. Do I sleep with my die cutter? What? Did somebody ask me that? Do you mean, oh, because I do so much die cutting? Yeah, here's the thing. I cut all the pieces for the pink and the red at the same time through the machine. I don't just send one thing through. I put as much on the plates as I can do, and it saves a ton of time. Hi, Tiffany. Okay, so let me show you how I did this. T-ruler. I think a T-ruler is one of the most important tools you can have in your craft room. You know that I have been using T-rulers for years. Well, a new T-ruler just came out. I showed it in the live that I did a couple days ago. It is brilliant, brilliant. I don't have it prepared to show that. This T-ruler is different than others because it has a feature that allows you to line up or center cardstock panels, which I'll show you at the end if I have time. I'm just going to use it as a T-ruler and show you why it's different. So this is from Pear Blossom Press. I have this in my description below. Can you move it towards the top of the description of the supply list? This is really handy. It's affordable, and I think it is brilliant what they came out with. She sent me a link to a video about this T-ruler, and I fell over because I thought it was so helpful, and I asked her to send some so that I could show you guys this. I think it's fantastic. Good, good. Okay, so this is designed for an A2 card. She does hopefully plan to come out with other sizes in the future, but it's for A2 card. So notice on this side, it goes all the way up to 5.5 inches, but the numbers here don't say 5.5 because that's not what it's used for. We want the zero. The zero right there means it's the center along this side. Okay, so I can put a little line right there at the 0 mark, little line right there. And then if I turn my T-ruler, put this up against the edge and draw a line, that means that line is right at the center. Okay, now the other side is for the other direction. So that's 4 1/4 across, but see, you got that 0 right there. So that, if I make a mark at 0 there, where those two marks cross, that's the dead center of that card panel. But I will turn this way and draw a line at that little mark. And now I have I have 4 quadrants here. Oh, Stephanie. Stephanie, I did not design the products. Waffle Flower designed the products, so you can get mad at them. So the nice thing about this is it has that center zeroing. So I easily know that this mark here where there's a 0 is the center in one direction. This mark here in 0 is the center in the other direction, okay? Now, that breaks it up into finding the center. I could do, 4 circles. I could take, I could do this, you know what I mean? Like do 4 like this with the sentiment in the center, and it just makes it so much easier, okay? In my live the other day, I also showed how you can put this up and use it to stamp straight or glue something down straight. Okay, this is a great, unbelievable tool. Now this is what makes it even better. So it cut it in half in both ways, the directions. Now watch this. On this side, I wanted to cut it in thirds, okay? In both ways. So watch. There will be a 5x7 coming out, they're hoping. Right now it's A2. Listen, she had these manufactured for her, and that is a very big, big investment for a tiny company like Pear Blossom Press. So she is hoping that this goes well so she can make that next investment. All right, so now this time I'm going to break up the background into thirds. So instead of trying to measure the thirds, she's got these pink dots. See those 2 pink dots? If I put a mark right here at this pink dot and a mark at this pink dot, then I turn and draw a line there, that is now broken up into thirds. And as Kathy Z will tell you, visually the thirds, having things in thirds is really a good thing. Oftentimes you'll see somebody make a card and they put their sentiment right there in the top third, right? Or down here, because that's visually pleasing. This helps you find where those thirds are with those pink dots. Can you see those pink dots? Okay, so that's broken into thirds. Now I can do it the other direction too. On this side, there's pink dots there. So I make a little mark there and a little mark there on those pink dots, then turn this and watch. Now it's divided into thirds in that direction. So look at that. So now I have, on this, I would do this on 2 different pieces if I were you. So on this side, broken up into 4s, here and 4, and here we have it in 9 sections. So now what you can do here, so this will be a template. I'm recreating this template. This will be a template that you can use for anything. I choose to use a circle die. I could probably go bigger than this if I wanted to. I choose to use a circle die because you can really put lots of different things in the center of it, right? You could do a square die, but I think circle's just easier. I think this one's a little bit bigger. Yeah. So like say I wanted to stamp, I don't know where I put those butterflies. I don't know. Here they are. Say I wanted to have this butterfly right here, stamped, 9 of them, put a sentiment across the center. I can just stamp inside of that circle. Does that make sense? So it's just, by using the T-ruler to draw lines first, it helps you to create a template. So the template I chose to do, I've got a circle die here. If you are looking for circle dies, Waffle Flower are the ones I use. That's what I've got here. She has nesting circle dies, and then she has another set that's called additional nesting circle dies. And between the two, you have all the sizes you need. That means like you end up with really close together if you put them together. What is the name for the system for press plates? It's the Better Press system. Okay, so I did the one in the center. Then, now this I could center up in this rectangle, or I can put it closer. I think I'm gonna put it closer so they're kind of like tucked closer in. All right, but instead of trying to line it up and eyeball it, I know I can use these lines to make sure this is centered here. So I could either do it dead center, but I'm gonna put it like right up against that line. So so our elements that we place on the inside will be close together. Okay, so you do this once and then you keep that template for other cards. Okay, so I'll show you here. So I would keep going and cutting circles in each of those little blocked off areas, and you end up with something like this. So now, see how nice that pattern is, and all you have to do is lay that on your card and then use those openings to glue things into or stamp things into, and then remove it and they'll be evenly spaced. All right, so I'll start doing that, but that's how I go about doing it. So you can get away with like a regular T-ruler, but the nice thing about this one is it's got that center point and the points for the thirds. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use this one, but I'll show you another template I made here. This one I did the upside down. I did the halfway point this way. Okay, then in this direction I used the thirds for these other 2 lines. So that way I ended up with 6 rectangles on the front, and I just put a circle die at the center of each. And now I can use this as a template over this. So I could put a butterfly in each of these. Or what I was planning on doing was doing die cut circles that I pop in there with ink blending on them with some of the new Waffle Flower silhouette stamps. I don't have time to do that today. Maybe if I have time tomorrow, I could come back and show that. But this will be a template that you keep coming back to. So you can do it with different sizes. You can do another one where there's 3 circles lined up, and the T-ruler, this special T-ruler helps you to get that positioning just right. Does that make sense? Beats measuring. I didn't have to measure a thing there. Nothing, because the marks do it for me. All right, so this one, which I started to make, here's the same one. I use smaller circles on it, but it doesn't really matter. Let's do something with the wax seals. I think I'm going to use on my background. Let me get something out. Mike, you're gonna have to add this to the supply list. This is one I use a lot from Waffle Flower. It's like a stitched background of, I don't know what it's called. Ooh, do you know what it's called, Mike?
Do I know what it's called? No.
I don't know what it's called.
Let me look, see if I can find it.
Yeah, if Pear Blossom's website is slow, it gets overwhelmed. It'll come back. Just keep trying. Just keep trying. Okay. So this does like a piercing. Try piercing on Waffle Flower? I forget. But I'm going to do this from white cardstock. I just like it as a little detail in the background. I've used it many times in lives.
A2?
Huh?
That's A2, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's it called?
A2 piercing panel die.
That's it. A2 piercing panel die. Mike's going to add it to the supply list. I've used this many times in videos. It's cool to do like a stamped background or stenciled background and then do this because it adds a little texture to it. All about that texture. All right, hold on. Okay, so, there we go. See, it does these little dots. Can you see? There they are. Just better than white, plain white cardstock, right? There you go. Nina's still here, good. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, so that's my pierced background, cut to A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'll lay my template down on top. You can tape it there. I'm gonna do is, sorry, come on, put my magnets on it. Now I can use this template to help me line up where to put this. Now I used a smaller circle here, so all I'm going to do is trace, onto my background each of these circles. And then I know if I glue on top of these circles, I'll have even spacing. So I can keep this template forever. And I keep templates all together in a sleeve that I can refer back to. And I could have put the circles together, closer together if you wanted. Totally up to you. But now I can just go like this. Watch. I don't have all of mine done. Like I can put that one there. And I'm doing a mix of sizes here. And there's red here. Oh gosh, that's so cute. Oh, these are so cute. Look at those little wax seals, Mike. Aren't they cute, Mike?
They're cute. Someone asked if they're strong enough to use outside, on the outside of the card.
Can you use these on the outside of the card? I guess it just, what I would do is layer the cardstocks up with really strong liquid adhesive, and then maybe you could put like diamond glaze or something over it to protect it. Now I didn't do all my little wax seals yet, but all I have to do is glue these onto my little pencil circles, and they will all line up nicely. So I need to just keep going with the rest. I don't have them made yet. But I alternated between the large and medium size. Again, this was inspired by one of the Waffle Flower cards. I just thought it was so cute. Drink, drink, drink. Like, it'll be like that. All right? So I got to finish those. But because I used that template, you saw how easy it was to position them evenly spaced. And I can keep it for something else. You could even make your own real wax seals. I love doing that. I've done a video about that. You could do real wax seals and add them onto a card. Okay? So this wax seal set I think is just so cute. It's the wax seal die set. Yeah, these rulers are fantastic. They're very affordable too. Then for sentiment, I probably... Waffle Flower sells these pre-made banner sentiments. Let's see. I like this with a joyful heart. And all you have to do is pop them apart, and then you can add that. I would add that right across the center. Isn't that fun? So that was the template idea. All right, so make your own templates and keep this. So anytime you have something, they could be a little butterfly butterflies, you just put them in, lay this template down and glue them on the inside. You can make your circles closer together, but by doing the lines with the T-ruler at the half or third, it keeps you from having to measure anything. All right. Let me tell you about what I was going to do here, but I don't have the time for it. I'm sorry. What I was going to do here is I'm going to show you on the screen. Waffle Flower has come out with these different kind of silhouette stamps that are smaller. They're sized to go with that postage collage stuff that I did at the beginning. But I was going to show you, you can use them on like circles too. So let me first show you this variety of these silhouette images and cards that the Waffle Flower team made. So this is the Tropical Sunset, which is my favorite. Look at that. I want to be on a cottage right next to that. This is the Postage Collage Wild Birds. This is the Lake Sunset, which I also would love. And then the Forest Sunset. Okay, so different themes. You could do some traditional masculine cards if you wanted to. Let me have Mike show you some of the cards they did. Mike, can you pull up, start with the clouds. It's called Clouds. I love this. Look at that. Who made that? Yeah, Galena made that. So that one, she did an inked cloud background. It uses the cloudy stencil from Waffle Flower, and then she stamped some of these silhouette images on top in black, and that's on a postage die cut. She did black die cut for the postage. Isn't that cool? So that was made by Galena. Again, Waffle Flower gave me permission to share these. So you can see how those silhouette images are nice on there, and they're small to go on it. Now, if you don't like that block look there, you could instead do those on circles, which is what I was going to show you, but I ran out of time. Okay, can you go to dark? Look at that one. So that one she used that's Galena again. She's so talented. Maybe I could get her to come onto a live with me. So that's the mini slimline collage block die that it creates that kind of frame. And then she did that inking and then just stamped these black silhouette images on there and used white gel pen details. I might have to do a live with this to show you how to do this with circles in the template. Maybe tomorrow. Let's see. Next is fishing. Can you do fishing? Mm-hmm. Now that one uses the Collage Lake Sunset. Isn't that pretty? So she put down, it's probably Galena, yeah. She did the A2 postage collage die from white cardstock, put down the stencil, the A2 stencil on top, then did the inking and then stamped the images with black ink. And it goes pretty quickly. I have done a live where I did this with silhouette floral images. Mono. There's one called Mono. If you don't like that bold look or you want a different look, this one was created by Lindsay Larson, and she did tone on tone with the silhouette images, which I think is beautiful. And she used the collage block on that instead of the postage. Okay. Then no postage next. This one is stunning. Jill Hawkins, I've said I don't know Jill really, and I am the president of her fan club because I think it's stunning. So that she used the block stencil, or I'm sorry, the collage block die to cut those rectangles and inked them and stamped with black ink. So that uses the postage stuff, what's supposed to really be postage stuff, but she doesn't use the postage edge. So you don't have to. Yeah, I got to see if she would go live with me. I don't know her really, so maybe Nina can hook me up with that. Then there's two more. Palm tree, Mike. There's the palm tree. This is Jill Hawkins again. She just used 3 of the postage, so the other 3 postage could be used for a second card. And that one uses that beautiful tropical sunset. And then one more, palm tree dark. Look at that. So it's black for the edge of the postage in bold colors, stamped bold inking on the background, then stamped black images with the silhouettes, and did little white gel pen details. Yes, if you don't like postage, this was to show you that all of these things can be used just as little rectangle elements, that framed kind of look. Now, you can come back here. What I was gonna do today was die cut a bunch of circles do inking and stamping of silhouette images on them, and then use the template to line them up. But I just don't have time now to do it. But if that's something that you would want me to maybe come back tomorrow just to do that one card, I could possibly do that, because I think that would be really fun to show. I think these are gorgeous and can be used in so many different ways. I'd be showing you how to use them in a non-postage way. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. I could maybe come back tomorrow and do that for a shorter live. And then I could probably also show you this finish too, because that's so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, yes please, I figured everybody would say that. What are you doing tomorrow, Mike?
Here.
Yeah. Let's do tomorrow at... What time tomorrow? Do a vote in the chat. 1, 2, or 3 Eastern. 1, 2, or 3 Eastern. Mike's going to put a vote in the chat. Isn't that fun? Aren't these fun? And she's got more. Oh, by the way, this is older. I did do a live with this one. This is the silhouette, wildflower silhouettes. I did do a live where I did postage with this on pattern paper. Did that a while back. And this is much older. You can see I've used it a lot. I have a bunch of die cuts in there. This is the Best Friend stamp set. You could do little postage with doggies, and I think she's got cats too. Okay, so 1, 2, or 3 p.m. Eastern. You putting it in the chat? All right, at the top of the chat, you can vote and let us know. I also will be doing 3 giveaways today. 3 $50 gift cards to Waffle Flower that Nina said we could do. So if you want to be eligible for that, just if you've left a comment in the chat, that's how he picks somebody randomly from the chat here. So go ahead and leave a chat now. In a few minutes, he'll pick 3 winners. Okay, so what is everybody saying?
Let's see.
Oh gosh, it's close. Keep voting. We're gonna. It's close. It's close. It's close. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes. Okay, so in the top of my YouTube description is a link that has the word live in it. Okay. Click that link, open it in a new page. At the top, it tells you about the free gift that Waffle Flower has right now. It's this cute little postage collage, mini postage collage, and die and stencil. And below that on that page will be thumbnails for all the products that I used. So you can easily find everything. It's all there. It's hard, I can't fit everything in the YouTube description below, so definitely go to that other page. And let's see. Okay, so at 1 p.m. tomorrow, 1 p.m. Remember that there will be replays available. So 1 p.m. tomorrow, Mike.
Yep. Yes.
You got to be here earlier tomorrow, Mike.
Yeah. Can you end the poll? Because for some reason that's not showing up on my... Oh, yeah. I got it.
Okay, so there you go. 3 giveaways. We're doing 3 $50 gift cards to Waffle Flower, and those are thanks to Nina. I thought that was very kind of her. That's very generous. You all have to, more than ever, please join me in showing appreciation to these small businesses for doing things like this. There are big changes coming that will very much have a direct impact on these companies and the prices that we have to pay. So please, 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 they're navigating this. It's stressful for them. So please give them any appreciation and support you can. Send any of your favorite companies just an appreciation email or card. They'll be thrilled, okay? And so thank you to Nina for being generous. And I know that takes a lot. Okay, so Mike, we need 3 winners of $50 gift cards. Waffle Flower is a good one to get into because I find their products are easy to use and they all work together. She comes out with good collections where they work together very well, and keeps coming out with things. So it's not like just one bundle and that's it. She keeps adding to it. See if there's any more questions too. So tomorrow at 1, I'm just going to do a trick with this template, and it's a cool one. I think you'll like it with the silhouette stamps. So I will actually also tomorrow, even though I have the card like planned what I'm going to kind of do, I will let you guys help me choose which of the silhouette images to use and what colors, okay? And I'll show you how to do that cloud background tomorrow too. Now, if you are, if you want to place an order but want to wait till tomorrow and see about that, Waffle Flower stocks pretty well. Things don't sell out super fast, so I don't think you have any concerns waiting until tomorrow. Okay, so do you have 3 winners?
Yes, I do.
Okay, who are the 3 winners?
The first one is Shari Ortiz, Ortiz.
Shari Ortiz?
Yeah.
Shari Ortiz. Who's the next one?
Donna Hunter.
Donna Hunter.
And the last name I'm going to mess up. Annette Hines. Hindes.
Annette Hines. Okay, so you 3, email me through my website. I already have the code from Waffle Flower to give to you, so you can get that gift card today if you email me today. So go to my website to the contact me. Nina just texted me and said she's going to check with Galena about going live with me. Okay, and then Nina, it probably wouldn't be fair to ask her to go live tomorrow because that's not much warning. How about we do that maybe later in the month? But I will still go live tomorrow. But if Galena maybe wants to be in the chat tomorrow, people can talk to her. I think people would love it. They can talk to her in the chat. Thank you. She's very talented. So she designs cards and products for Waffle Flower.
I pinned the...
Okay, Mike pinned at the top of the chat, the winners. So again, everything is in that live link at the top of my YouTube description, so head over there. And I will be back here, okie dokie. I'll be back here tomorrow at 1. I thank you for joining me for this little crafty afternoon. I wish I could just keep going, but husband's out of town playing golf again, so I gotta handle things. Dinner. Oh, dinner.
We're door dashing today.
We door dashed yesterday.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much all for being here. I appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock with some more ideas. Take care.